What's going on? New Fighting Order, new Mugen Order fans, Fighting Game League and TSG. This is alexlexus coming at you with Lunchtime TV and a minor review on a game that should have never been made. I don't know what these people were thinking, but let me kind of express my disappointment in this last release in a franchise that I grew up with without giving away my age too much. Double Dragon has seen its share of ups and downs. You know, we had a minor reboot with the Neo Geo fighting games. You had that piss poor movie that came out. Man, I mean, the list goes on and on with Double Dragon faux pas in the series legacy. So this doesn't really help matters much. I just hope that like a company like Arc Systems or Konami or somebody or Way Forward gets their hands on Double Dragon, because Double Dragon Neon is leaps and bounds better than this Double Dragon 2 Wander of Dragons. So it should be dubbed Double Dragon 2 the shit of the dragon. I mean, this game is fucking horrible. I mean, there's only one redeeming quality to the game, but it still doesn't warrant a purchase. I would suggest you watch the story mode with the graphic novel cutscenes online. Do not buy this game. I'm a Double Dragon diehard, but I'm sorry, this game is pure shit. So anyway, let's get into this fucking shit, man. Pick up the damn controller. Gonna take a look. You see this game right here? Double Dragon Neon? Get that game. Way Forward, you messed up by not putting online play in there. But anyway, let's take a look at Double Dragon, the shit of the dragon. Fucking, I'm sorry. Honestly, I want to see what Angry Joe, Alpha Omega Sin have to say in reference to this game. You know, because I know Angry Joe would really get into the nooks and crannies of the games, and it's just pathetic. Ugh. Anyway, let's take a look. Now, the first thing I noticed, the game's frame rate is piss poor. It's at 30 frames, and it kind of feels like, you'll see in a second, where it looks like Dynamite Cops, or those of you who know it as Dynamite, not Die Hard Arcade, for the Dreamcast, Sega, Saturn arcade. I mean, oh man, like, it's just bad. Alright, so we're going into story mode. Matter of fact, the original Nintendo game, which is based off of, is better than this. The arcade straight port is better than this. Everything. This is probably the worst attempt at old game franchise that I've ever seen in the history of my career as a video game journalist and game player. I mean, this is ridiculous. Alright, so obviously these stages are locked into trial because I refuse to get the game. If you have a JTAG system, fucking JTAG it. Matter of fact, don't even fucking waste your time with this. I'm doing this review to spare you the bullshit. Unbelievable. Now, the cutscene is pretty good though, so we're gonna watch that.
So, you were scared, weren't you, Marion?
Alright, let's get back into it. Now, look at the movements. And then, alright, the enemies coming at you. You have a block button, which is the left trigger. And it's just, look at, I mean, I can't even, there's just so much wrong with this game that I can't even I wanted to speak on it in real time, but first the combo is just whack. Should have a proper countering system like Super Double Dragon or Double Dragon 4 on the SNES. Why did they just remake that in HD or something? And the stun, when you get hit, you like are reeling back a little too much. What the fuck is... Let's get revenge. And then you get this little bursting when you come back. Alright, so let's run through the controls. You move with the left analog stick. And you got X as your punch combo. You have B as your kick combo. A as your jump button. Y picks shit up. Now the LNR, the left bumper or the LNR ones on the PlayStation 3 controller will do the elbow, the classic elbow from the older games, and L trigger, like I said, blocks. So now look at the movement; it's just like not cool. Now I can't do the typhoon kick. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with unlocking it later. But now I'm trying to find out how do you throw. I know Double Dragon Neon, you have to stun them before you throw, but I don't see anything of that nature here. This is not good. I'm sorry. It just feels too like stiff. Alright, you have a jump kick. I mean, but the jump is so shallow. Look at that. And then obviously there's a stamina meter there for some of the special moves. I don't know why they would put a stamina meter in there, but anyway, let's move forward. I mean, I'm pretty sure Streets of Rage came out with a remake. Matter of fact, that's what this reminds me of. The Streets of Rage 3D prototype that some of you may not be familiar with. If you search on YouTube, I'll put a link to it. This does not feel like current gen material. You got the block, and you can't, like, you just get stuck. What the fuck? The combos are okay, but they're mediocre at best. Now, obviously, when you get these little power-up things, it's like a clear-out maneuver. You see, I have my issues with Turtles and Time Reshelled, but, I mean, I would prefer that over this game. I mean, this is like a lazy man's attempt. And to think that Microsoft and Sony gave it the green light to be put on their systems, that's freaking horrible. The animations are choppy. These guys look like freaking claymen or something. Now, you see, there's a problem right there. There's no real way to clear yourself out unless you have the spin kick. And I'm sitting there trying to perfect guard. Yeah, you could kind of counter a bit. The frame rate, if it was at 60 frames, maybe it would have been a bit more tolerable. But I can't see myself purchasing this game. I'm sorry. I'll probably pirate the PC version or something. It's just ridiculous. Now, as I said earlier in the video, you will come to see that cutscene was the best part of this demo. And it doesn't combo so smooth. I'm hitting the damn B button if you can hear me clicking. And I got knocked down for the kill. I'm not... I don't know what you guys think. I just want to get your opinion. This game gets a game over for me. I'm sorry. This is probably going to be the lowest rated game I've ever given a score to. And, you know, even when Anomaly was still with the show, we used to give credit or try to give, hey, you know, they made the effort in making the game. But it doesn't mean that you can put out shit. That this is fucking horse shit. Danae of Tough Nerd Toys, let me know what you think about this game. Everybody else, I want to know your comments below. I've never seen such a piss poor attempt at reviving the Double Dragon franchise. Way Forward has a better game with Double Dragon Neon, even though it's a loose reboot with the going into space and all that other stuff. It's better than this. Do not waste your Microsoft points or your money on the PlayStation Network. Horrible. This game only gets a 2 out of 10. Nothing redeeming, and the 2 points that it got were because of the cutscene, the graphic novel stuff that was presented in Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the DLC, and Virgil's Downfall. So I give it that. You even seen some of that in God of War. So I mean, I'm a fan of that stuff, so that's why I only got 2 points. Other than that, the controls are really bad. The blocking mechanism needs to be reworked. I mean, I wish Double Dragon got an update where it had a fighting mechanic similar to Batman Arkham Asylum, where you just can continue the combos from here and there from one enemy to the next. I have yet to see a 2D platforming or a beat 'em up of this genre receive that sort of treatment. But whew, man, that's bad. That's really bad. And this is to goes to show you, I don't give a lot of games great scores. New Fighting Order is just wow. Nelson, I'm pretty sure he hasn't seen this yet, but whew, I mean, let me take another crack at it. But this is just not good. I'm telling you, the cutscene is the only redeeming quality. Double Dragon Neon. I'm glad I bought that because Way Forward did a good job with the game. They did Blood Rain Betrayal, which was pretty cool contender to the Castlevania style of play. But what the fuck, man? Ugh. See, now Double Dragon Neon, I can roll on the fly. The defense in that, it was like, okay, on the fly. Shit. You see, I mean, I'm trying to strafe back, and it just doesn't work well. Yeah, this game only gets a 2. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? That's enough. I'm sorry. Do not waste your time. Don't get this game. Double Dragon Neon, much better. And to think that this has online, supposedly. I may be mistaken. I don't think this does. But you see, this is only the demo, so I will have to do some more research on that. But thumbs down. Sorry. Do not get. I didn't even look at who developed that because I don't want to put them on blast like I planned it on doing. But shit, what a fucking horrible game. Anyway, New Fighting Order. I'll see you next time on the NMO Mugen Arcade Show /TSG. Peace. Like the Juggernaut. Peace.